A new consciousness slams into a body that just gave out. The previous owner of this life died of a stress-induced heart attack in a hospital hallway while begging his ex-wife for a second chance. He inherited a crushing ledger of betrayal. His pregnant wife had been cheating, forced an abortion, and drained his entire life savings, $400,000 in cash, to cover her family's gambling debts. She looks down at his collapsed body and delivers a final insult. He is out of money, which makes him useless. But the new owner of this body doesn't beg. He absorbs the verbal abuse in complete silence, letting the tension build as she speaks. Total financial and emotional ruin creates a blank slate for highly calculated retaliation. Hitting absolute rock bottom triggers a glitch in his reality. A holographic interface boots up in his vision, the emotional harvest system. He tests the weapon immediately. He looks his ex-wife in the eye and tells her to keep the stolen $400,000, suggesting she use it to buy a mountain of funeral wreaths for her mother's grave. The insult lands. Her extreme shock and absolute rage are instantly processed by the system into a quantifiable currency. Hitting the 1,000-point threshold triggers an immediate payout. The system floods his nervous system with divine-level combat skills. He now treats human emotion as a raw, farmable material to instantly upgrade his own reality. He accelerates the farming process at a luxury hotel. His ex-wife's new lover tries to humiliate him by handing him a $98,000 bill for a smashed bottle of vintage wine. He pays the massive debt on the spot without blinking. The onlookers, expecting him to grovel, are stunned. That collective wave of shock feeds massive points straight into his system. This chart shows exactly how the system cashes out those new points. It instantly reallocates a 30% controlling stake of the hotel directly to his name. The lover's boss arrives, realizes he is standing in front of the hotel's second-largest shareholder, and throws his own employee out onto the street. The system allows him to convert petty interpersonal attacks into the capital required for instant corporate dominance. His next target steps into the crosshairs, his abusive sister-in-law, who spots him at a luxury real estate office and mocks his perceived poverty. He lets her talk to farm the points, then triggers a system reward to secure the estate's crown jewel, a $10 million supreme villa, paid in cash. The sister-in-law processes his new wealth and immediately abandons her pride. She drops to her knees in the middle of the office, massaging his legs and begging for forgiveness. He strings her along, demanding she hand over her money and cut off her father, squeezing every last point of desperate emotion from her groveling before kicking her out. His revenge is escalating from seizing assets to completely dismantling their self-respect. Backed into a corner, his ex-wife makes her final play. She hires a ruthless lawyer to sue him, aiming to steal his hidden assets in a post-divorce settlement. But the lawyer recognizes his billionaire status and dominant presence. She switches sides instantly, flirting with him instead of serving the lawsuit. The ex-wife realizes she has zero leverage left. She hits the dirt, completely broken, and begs him to remarry her. He forces her to live with the realization that she voluntarily threw away her only chance at salvation. He has systematically dismantled his rivals, securing the Tengu corporate empire and mastering miraculous medical skills. He uses his medical training to save a life, earning the admiration of Wenan, the only doctor who stood by him when he had nothing. Wenan poses a test. She asks if his feelings for her would remain even if he lost all of his system-granted wealth and power. He realizes the system can manipulate reactions, but it cannot buy authentic love. He orders the instant liquidation of his entire portfolio, donating every asset to charity. Having mastered the system's rewards, he chooses to walk away from the empire to secure the one thing the points couldn't buy.